And good evening and welcome to sun-drenched Newcastle West this evening for the Irish Wire Products County Senior Football Championship Group 1 Round 4 meeting of Dromcollogher, Broadford and St. Senans. It's a must-win for both sides this evening here in Newcastle West, and following on from Dromcollogher Broadford's defeat at the hands of Ballylanders last day out. And following on from defeat at the hands of Ballylanders last day out for Dromcollogher Broadford, they'll be hoping to get back on the winning track this evening here in Newcastle West. The coin toss just taken place. St. Senans have won the toss, and James Naughton, their captain, has decided to play from right to left as we watch it here in the opening half. So they'll be attacking the community centre goal here to our left hand side. Dromcollogher Broadford defending the goal to our right. John Keogh alongside me in commentary this evening for this must-win game for both sides, John. And you did the commentary on Dromcollogher Broadford last day out and their defeat at the hands of Ballylanders. They'll be looking to recover from that this evening.
They will indeed, Liam. A poor performance by their standards against Ballylanders. They are missing a couple of players, as you'll explain in a minute with the team news, but it's a must-win game for both sides, you mentioned, for different reasons, to be honest, because Drom need a win to stay in the competition. St. Senans sit bottom of the group with only a point, so they'll need it for obvious other reasons every year after coming up from intermediate level. Should be a good game though.
It should be. Let's run through team news then. As John said, a good number of changes from either side on the match programme that we have in front of us. We'll start with Dromcollogher Broadford, who are in their huddle to our right as we watch it here. James Noonan starts in goals for them, a full back line. Jack Ryan, Garrett Noonan and Sean O'Sullivan. Ross Egan, Michael Ryan replaces Killian Fahy, who misses out this evening. He's a big loss. He's currently on holidays, so he misses out from centre back. And Keith Lacey replaces Dee O'Leary in the half back line. Michael O'Sullivan, Gerard Gorman are at midfield. Patrick Stack, Micheál Brosnan and Dennis Donegan the half forward line, with Derry McCarthy, Shawnee Buckley and Kevin Noonan the inside forward line. Expecting a few positional switches as well on top of all of that this evening. St. Senans, well, they line out with Cian Walsh in goals, a full back line of Dale Fitzgerald, James Bridgman and David Finnerty. Dara Wolfe, Darren Lawler and Ray O'Flaherty are the half back line, with Adam Kearns and Stephen O'Connell at midfield. Gerard Hanlon, Richard Hayes and Maurice Fitzgerald the half forward line. Conor Milan, James Naughton and Anthony Mulvihill the inside forward line, but again a number of positional switches expected on either side. And I suppose from a Dromcollogher Broadford point of view, John, a big loss is Killian Fahy.
Yeah, a huge loss, Liam. He was one of their better players against Ballylanders last week. A lot of runs through the middle from an attacking point of view, and held up his end at centre back as well. It'll be interesting to see how they cope without him.
Referee for this evening's game is from Patrickswell. That's Michael Wolfe. He gets us underway here in Newcastle West, and this must-win game for both these sides is underway, with Dromcollogher Broadford winning possession of it from the throw-in, but not the best of hand passes there, and it's Ray O'Flaherty who picks up possession of it for St. Senans, and now he lays it towards David Finnerty. Up this near side of the field they come. Richard Hayes in possession of it, just on his own 65-yard line. Looks up for the option, finds it from David Finnerty back there. The hand pass doesn't quite go to hand, but it might work out, as here they come on this near side of the field now on the attack. That's a long ball sent in by Conor Milan. In it goes inside, trying to win it inside there is James Naughton. Turns and kicks this one in and sends it over the crossbar. First score of the game comes inside the opening minute for St. Senans, and it comes from their captain James Naughton. Just the start, John Keogh, that St. Senans would have wanted.
Absolutely, Liam. A good long ball in from Conor Milan, who started out in the wing here but is going back into full forward. Well controlled by James Naughton, and did enough to put it over the bar.
So a point to no score. St. Senans have the lead here, and the kick out is going to come from James Noonan in the goal away to our left hand side as he looks to kick this one from the 13-yard line. Gets plenty of height in this one, drops down around the middle of the field. Winning possession of it there is that's Adam Kearns, who brings this one forward. Still going, Kearns, hand pass inside now, real chance of a goal here, back across the centre, fisted, but the referee has said Conor Milan was inside in the square as that ball was delivered and has given a free out. But a real goal chance there for St. Senans, who ran at the heart of the Dromcollogher Broadford defence on that occasion, and certainly asking question marks early on.
Yes, they are, Liam. It was a huge area of concern for Drom Broadford last week. It was their kickouts. They lost another one at the start of this game with Adam Kearns then making a great run through the middle. I think the referee made the right call. Conor Milan seemed to be in the square from our angle anyway.
So the Drumcolour Broadford working this one clear now as they play it towards the far side, but it's intercepted, and Dale Fitzgerald it is that picks that one up for St. Senans and gets the return hand pass, and on the halfway line in front of the stand towards the 65 bounces it, juggles with it to try and get it back, and then eventually just runs out of options and hand passes it out over the far stand sideline. Line ball going there in favour of Drumcolour Broadford, which they take quickly and play forward with Garrett Noonan in possession of it now, looking to get past the St. Senans man on this near side, who's Anthony Mulvihill, who's holding him up well. Back again towards Garrett Noonan. Noonan number 3 on his back, but operating in and around the middle of the field this afternoon or this evening. The ball goes to ground, and in there trying to win possession of it, Maurice Fitzgerald tight towards this near side. In fact, St. Senans have won a line ball, have they, down this near side of the field, and an opportunity for them. That was Declan Lawler, in fact, Darren Lawler I should say, that was foul there, but the free or the quick line ball is taken, and Drumcolour Broadford have won it back here, and Micheál Brosnan has it. Brosnan lays this one now towards Garrett Noonan. Noonan goes forward with this one towards the edge of the semicircle, finds the support there from Derry McCarthy. McCarthy kicks this with the left boot, but it goes to the left hand side and wide. First attack of the game for Drumcolour Broadford yields their first wide of the game. We're playing just 3 and a bit minutes of the opening half. It's still St. Senans that lead a point to no score. John Keogh.
Yeah, a bit laboured attack there from Drum Broadford. It was a feature of their game. I don't want to be repeating everything that happened in the Ballylanders game. But they operated with Micheál Brosnan as a lone full forward line man on his own, and they didn't get the ball into him quick enough last week. They need to do much better than that this week.
Ball sent near side of the field as Drumcolour Broadford have it now with Ross Egan. There's this one towards Dennis Dunnigan. Looks up for the option, plays it across the centre, and Kevin Noonan, the captain this afternoon, gathers possession of it, brings this one forward now, and again support from Ross Egan as they work it towards the far side. Derry McCarthy, who had that wide just a couple of seconds ago, in possession of it, 45 yards out, tries a little chip through, which works out for Micheál Brosnan, who's out in front of his man. 21 out, lays the pass back towards Kevin Noonan. Noonan kicks this with the left boot into the hands of the goalkeeper though, and Cian Walsh finds the support, and St. Senans work this one clear now in the shape of Darren Lawler, brings it towards the 21-yard line. Off now towards Maurice Fitzgerald further out the field, and here comes Ray Flaherty on the run from deep inside his own 65. Now towards the captain James Naughton. On he goes, 1 point to his name so far. He's on the 45 again, running at the heart of the Drum Broadford defence, goes for the shot, and that is a super score from James Naughton. A serious shot there from the captain. Did well to win possession of it, went on the run, ran at the Drum Broadford defence, and gets the second point of the night for them.
Yeah, fantastic score there from James Naughton. As you said, Liam, he picked it up and again ran through the heart of the Drum Broadford defence. He looks to be in form tonight anyway so far.
Certainly does. The goalkeeper being told to hurry on with the kick out, which he eventually does, and it's won cleanly by St. Senans down the far side. And again, Drumcolour Broadford having a couple of issues with that. Richard Hayes it was, tight towards that far sideline, that lays it back across the centre. James Naughton, 2 points to his name so far, skips past the attempted challenge. On he goes towards the 21, still going left foot. Was he foul as he kicked it? Certainly the St. Senans mentors in front of us think he was, but goalkeeper James Noonan brings this one away for Drumcolour Broadford and comes away with this now towards the defensive 45, far side of the field, forward towards Dennis Dunnigan. Lays this one back now, and the hand pass eventually towards Garrett Noonan, under pressure straight away from Stephen O'Connell, but manages to get the hand pass away, and this brought clear now by Michael Ryan, forward towards the attacking 45-yard line. Kevin Noonan has possession of it. Noonan on towards the 21, kicks this with the left boot. That looks good, that is very good, and it's Drumcolour Broadford off the mark. 2 points to 1 here. Their first score of the evening comes compliments of their captain Kevin Noonan.
Yeah, much quicker attack there from Drum Broadford on this occasion, ending with a great Kevin Noonan score. Kind of cut across the ball and went straight over the bar. Kevin Noonan has been their biggest threat all year long. Didn't get into the game last week, but it's something they'll have to rectify this week.
Short kick out, and they work it short to St. Senans, and here they come with it now in the shape of David Finnerty. And Finnerty looks up for the options, not too many options ahead of him, so he has to hold on to possession of it and then lay it across towards James Naughton. And again, Naughton running at the Drumcolour Broadford midfield partnership on this occasion. A tangling of legs there off the ball. The referee has awarded a free going in favour of St. Senans, and one of those ones that I suppose 9 times out of 10 always results in a free for the attacking side when two players tangle legs there, but the referee has awarded this free going in favour of St. Senans, and an opportunity for them from midway between the 45 and 65, and it's going to be Richard Hayes. He was practicing long range frees before the game and was knocking them over from about 45 yards out. This a little more than that. No breeze at all here this evening, so the breeze certainly won't play a factor in this one. But he's going to line this one up, is Richard Hayes, and will fancy his chances of kicking it into the goal to our left-hand side. Here he comes, kicks it right-footed. It's going to drop in around the house, and the goalkeeper does well to gather it. But the referee has once again given a free out. Conor Milan protesting his innocence there. But the free out is taken quickly, and Dromcollogher Broadford come away with this one now. Here they come in the shape of Michael Ryan, working it from deep inside his own half towards Ross Egan, back across the centre towards Ryan again, further out now towards Derry McCarthy, right on the halfway line. 2 points to 1. St. Senans lead here in Newcastle West, and this ball is played forward. Micheál Brosnan picks up possession of it. Brosnan gets past the first challenge, gets the kick in and sends it over the crossbar, and Micheál Brosnan has kicked his first point. Dromcollogher Broadford's second of the evening. 8 minutes exactly played of the opening half, and we're level at 2 points apiece. A fine score from Micheál Brosnan.
Yeah, lovely score, Liam. Took the ball in the left wing and attacked James Bridgman there, and I think James Bridgman may have picked up a knock as he was trying to chase him. He's limping, and also bad news by the looks of things for St. Senans, with Marcel Sherrill receiving treatment here for the last few minutes. But from Broadford level now, and they'll be looking to build on that.
Here they come on the attack again down this near side. It's Dennis Dunnigan. Off he lays it towards Sean O'Sullivan. Hand pass finds Kevin Noonan. Noonan kicks this with the left boot. Is it the lead score? The answer to that is yes, it is. Kevin Noonan gets his second point of the evening, and that puts Dromcollogher Broadford into the lead for the first time, 3 points to 2. And after a shaky enough old start, they've began to assume a bit of control of this game here with 9, almost 10 minutes of the opening half played. That is 2 in a row now for Dromcollogher Broadford to put them into the lead, as the short kick out goes towards Ray O'Flaherty, looks up for the option, finds the goalkeeper, that is Cian Walsh, and Walsh hand passes this one down the far side of the field now again towards Dale Fitzgerald, in front of the shadow of the stand over there, the Moss Bruder stand here in Newcastle West, as the ball is laid back now as far as Cian Walsh, the goalkeeper, hand passes this one out towards fullback James Bridgman, and he builds this one from the edge of the semicircle towards the defensive 45-yard line. The toe to hand goes slightly above his head, but he still wins back possession of it, and James Naughton has it now. Looks a silky footballer, does James Naughton. Lays this one off as far as Ray O'Flaherty, and O'Flaherty plays it towards David Finnerty now, near side of the field. That's well intercepted there and well read by Gerard O'Gorman down here. Did he touch that on the ground? Referee says play away, and that's exactly what St. Senans do, and they come on the attack here now with Darren Lawler. He's left the ball behind him though, and Dromcollogher Broadford win it back to Patrick Stack, and now an opportunity for them to start an attack from deep inside their own half from Gareth Noonan. Sends it down the far side of the field, gets the return hand pass again on his own 65, past halfway towards the attacking 65, looks up and finds support from Dennis Dunnigan. Further down the far side now towards Sean O'Sullivan, and again St. Senans just funneling numbers back here now, as they have 11 men behind the ball on this occasion, as the hand pass goes and finds Gerard O'Gorman. O'Gorman lays it off as far as Garrett Noonan, who kicks this one in, but it goes to the left hand side and wide for the second wide of the game for Dromcollogher Broadford. We are playing almost 10 and a half minutes of the opening half. Dromcollogher Broadford lead by 3-2. John Keogh.
Yeah, Drom Broadford now looking to be taking more control of the game. The fast-paced start that St. Senans made, mainly with James Bridgman running quickly in through the middle, they've slowed that up, but now they're on the attack again.
Yeah, Naughton plays this one forward towards Stephen O'Connell. On he goes onto the 13, still going, dragged down. Well, what colour will this card be now? Because that was dragged down by Gerard O'Gorman. It wasn't around the neck or anything, but it certainly was around the arm and dragged down. And well, the St. Senans mentors are claiming for a black card, but I'd say the referee from Patrickswell might just issue a yellow, or there's no card at all indeed for Michael Wolfe there. And I think Gerard O'Gorman can consider himself a lucky man on that occasion, John.
Yeah, it was at least a yellow card, and more to be honest, it should have been a black, but referee Michael Wolfe has opted to keep his cards in his pocket for the moment.
Here comes the free, which is sent in and over from Richard Hayes. So he gets his first point of the night, and St. Senans and Dromcollogher Broadford are level again here in Newcastle West, as the St. Senans mentors just have a word with the lines person on this near side of the field, wondering why there wasn't a card of any description issued. As the kick out goes down the far side of the field, it beats everybody and has gone for a line ball, this time in favour of Dromcollogher Broadford is the decision across on that far side. So line ball for Dromcollogher Broadford. 3 points apiece. Fairly even so far. I suppose the opening few minutes won by St. Senans, and then Dromcollogher Broadford coming more and more back into this game. But here they come now with the possession of it back inside their own 45-yard line, looking to build an attack again from deep inside their own half, playing the patient game. Sean O'Sullivan bounces the ball, comes back to him. Referee has said there was a challenge around the neck there. He's awarded a free going in favour of Dromcollogher Broadford, and just a little bit of note taking by the referee Michael Wolfe from Patrickswell, who thus far has kept the cards in the pocket, as Gerard Gorman hand passes this one across towards Michael O'Sullivan. Now further out towards Dennis Dunnigan, looks up for the option. Good support play from Kevin Noonan, finds Derry McCarthy, and McCarthy goes forward with this on towards the attacking 45. The space half open for Gerard Gorman, but instead it's Kevin Noonan that has it, the captain. Back inside again towards Dennis Dunnigan. He's held up, gets the pass away towards Micheál Brosnan, back towards Kevin Noonan. 2 points to his name so far, off to Micheál Brosnan, who's gotten a point. They're the two scorers for Dromcollogher Broadford. Derry McCarthy took that into contact. Referee has said he's overcarried it. Free out, and good defence from St. Senans.
Yeah, very good defence, Liam. They all funneled back fairly quickly, and fairly quickly Drom ran out of options there, but it was a laboured attack all the same. Gave St. Senans the chance to get their men back, and they got the free on the back of it.
They sure did. The free works short now, as here they come on the attack again. James Naughton just down here in front of us lays this one back now to James Bridgman, the fullback, gathers possession of it. Naughton calling for it on this near side and sets off on a run, but it's Maurice Fitzgerald that has possession of it. Fitzgerald plays this one forward, one inside by Conor Milan. Good hand pass, the experience of Milan. Further inside now, here's an opportunity, Richard Hayes, and it's into the back of the net. A well worked move by St. Senans, which included the wily old campaigner of Conor Milan laying off the hand pass, and Richard Hayes it is that finishes it to the net. The first goal could have been crucial. It's gone the way of St. Senans, 1-3 to 3 points.
Fantastic move there from the Fines club into Milan. Was good play as well from David Finnerty, coming up from corner back to link up with Milan, and before Hayes buried the finish into the corner. Well deserved goal too.
It sure was, and it all started from good defence back there as well. Good pressure on the Dromcollogher Broadford attackers, so credit to all involved in St. Senans for that goal, which started, as I say, back in their own half back line. Meanwhile, Dromcollogher Broadford trying to work this one short from the kick out, and they have possession of it now. Over there winning it with that one is Keith Lacey, I think it is, that has it. Lays it back again towards Garrett Noonan, and he in turn now lays this one off on the far side of the field. In possession of it towards that far side, coming forward now up towards the 65-yard line. That's Kevin Noonan who has it. Noonan goes forward on towards the attacking 45-yard line, looks up for the options, tries to lay it back towards Ross Egan, near side of the field. He looks up. What's the option? It's short towards Dennis Dunnigan, back across the centre, and this time it's sent towards the far side of the field, where it's gathered there again now by Keith Lacey. Further inside now towards Derry McCarthy. Hand pass goes off as far as Micheál Brosnan, who takes this on the run. Brosnan goes through, opts to chip this one high, but sends it to the right hand side and wide. That is the third wide by my reckoning for Dromcollogher Broadford of the game. St. Senans yet to register a wide for me, as John Reddington, who's here beside us, agrees that is the case. We're at the midway point of the opening half. St. Senans by the goal, 1-3 to 3 points.
Yeah, they'll be absolutely delighted with that scoreline at the moment, midway through the first half, Liam. Again, very good defence, causing Drom to take pot shots. Really, it wasn't a shot that was probably on for Micheál Brosnan there. Senans full value for their lead at the moment.
They sure are, and they have a free now right around the middle of the field as well, and this is going to be taken by James Naughton. Sends it down this near side, gets the return hand pass, and Naughton heads towards the attacking 45. Ball in towards Conor Milan, just Milan just a half a fraction behind his man there, couldn't get to it on that occasion, and Drumcolor Broadford bring this one away now. Gerard Gorman out around the middle of the field, lays the hand pass back, and here they come. Hand pass goes forward towards Michael Ryan, brings this one forward on towards the attacking 45-yard line, back across the centre of the field where it's won by Micheál Brosnan. Did he pick it off the ground? That's the St. Senans call. Off to Kevin Noonan. Noonan kicks this with the left boot. A Senans man hanging off him, but Kevin Noonan manages to get his third point of the game. 1-3 to 4 points, and Drumcolor Broadford get the response that they would have wanted to the concession of the goal. 1-3 to 4. We're back to 2.
Yeah, good score there from Drom Broadford. The second they moved the ball a bit quicker in, they seem to be causing Senans a few problems. I see now Derry McCarthy seems to be the lone full forward man now, with Micheál Brosnan involved in that move, setting up Kevin Noonan. They just need to get the ball in a bit quicker. They seem very laboured in their attack, and when they slow it down, it's giving Senans a chance to funnel men back.
Ball won by St. Senans as they come forward with this one now. That's Stephen O'Connell in possession of it. Going forward with this, he decides there's a bit of space in front of him. Gets the hand pass away towards Conor Milan. The right boot of Conor Milan sends this one in, but it's gone to the left-hand side and wide. Umpire on this near side, Podge Mullino, decides that that is wide. So that is St. Senan's first wide of the game, and it comes on the 17th minute of the opening half as well, as the kick out going to come from James Noonan in the Drumcolor Broadford goal away to our left. Goes short and well robbed by Conor Milan. Gets the hand pass away, can't win possession of it though. The boot back won by Drumcolor Broadford, and they got away with that one at the second attempt, and here they come with it now in the shape of Garrett Noonan, near side of the field. Off he lays it as far as Michael O'Sullivan, and O'Sullivan plays this one towards that was Garrett Noonan. Gets a hand pass up towards Kevin Noonan, now towards Dennis Dunnigan, near side of the field. Dunnigan being held up by his opposite number, Maurice Fitzgerald, and the ball played back by Garrett Noonan across the centre now towards Michael O'Sullivan, further out the far side of the field. And here comes Drom Broadford again on this patient attack that we're so used to seeing from the champions of so many years. Forward towards Derry McCarthy, hand passes this one off, and here's an opportunity. Keith Lacey goes forward with this one. He's held up. Derry McCarthy won the ball back, but the ball taken away from him. He was looking for a free, none forthcoming, and St. Senans it is that come away with possession of this one now towards the defensive 45. Ball sprayed towards this near side. Out in front of his man is James Naughton. His man on this occasion is Ross Egan. Spins one way, then the other. There's Naughton. Kicks this with the right boot. We're right behind it. It looks to be going to the left. Has it snuck inside? It has. That's a super score from James Naughton. Probably the score of the game so far tonight. 1-4 to 4 points. James Naughton's third point of the night.
Without doubt the score of the night so far, Liam. A great piece of defence from Senans again. Anytime Drom tried to run through the middle, they block it up. Drom coughed up the possession. It was quickly moved down to Naughton, and from all of 45 yards straight over the bar.
A delightful point here. Score of the game, as we say, 1-4 to 4 points as Drumcolor Broadford come away with this one now again. Sean O'Sullivan off to Garrett Noonan, back to O'Sullivan again, right in the halfway line, further out the far side now. Here comes Micheál Brosnan, 1 point to his name, towards their top scorer so far, Kevin Noonan, in possession of it. Back again it goes towards Brosnan, looks up for the option, lays it back towards Michael O'Sullivan, now again towards Noonan. Noonan about 21 out, finds Derry McCarthy, crossfield ball towards Garrett Noonan. This is good, slow, patient build up from Drumcolor Broadford as Garrett Noonan kicks this with the right boot under pressure and kicks it to the right hand side and wide. Fourth wide in the game for Drumcolor Broadford. The gap is 3 points, 1-4 to 4 points, and the stopwatch says 19 minutes and 54 seconds played.
Again, patient build up as you said, Liam, but St. Senans will be happy with that. Again, forced Drom to move across forward and back, but it was Garrett Noonan that ended up with a chance, and I think, being honest, Senans will be happy if it's Garrett Noonan shooting all day.
Here comes the attack now with James Naughton. His name so far, lays this one off as far as Stephen O'Connell towards he's back to his feet, and play is going to resume with the kick out in the goal away to our left hand side, which comes from James Noonan, sent down the centre of the field, gathered cleanly by Michael O'Sullivan, so he gets the mark and is awarded the free. And the referee just tells him to hurry on and take that kick, which he doesn't do. So the referee has decided he's going to throw the ball up between a couple of players. Just a bit too slow there was Michael O'Sullivan, but didn't really have too many options, John.
No, absolutely no one moving from there, Liam. He held onto the ball, he looked left, he looked right, looked behind, looked forward, and no one inside from him.
So they've won the throw-in ball anyway, and here they come with it on the attack now with Gerard Gorman. Plays this one towards this near side. The referee has spotted a pull in the jersey of Kevin Noonan inside there, so he's awarded a free. The free going in favour of Dromcollogher Broadford, just 21 yards out, and an ideal opportunity for them to get what would be their 5th point of the night. And so far Kevin Noonan with 3 points, Micheál Brosnan with 1, and Kevin Noonan looking for his 4th point of the night here as he lines this free up from the 21, kicks it left footed in and over the crossbar, and the white flag is up again from the umpires, and the scoreboard changes. 1 goal and 4 to St. Senans, 5 points now to Dromcollogher Broadford as we play 23 minutes of the opening half here in Newcastle West this evening. If wherever you're watching it, I hope you're enjoying it on the Sporting Limerick stream here this evening, as the ball brought forward now by James Naughton, the captain for St. Senans. Comes up, kicks this with the right boot. That's a beautiful point from James Naughton. Not for the first time we've said that tonight. His 4th point of the evening, and another delightful one. 4 for him, 1-5 to 5. The gap is back to 3 again.
It is, Liam. That's magnificent again from James Naughton. He turned Ross Egan inside out, and before it looks like he can shoot all day from 45 metres out. Another fantastic score from the St. Senans captain.
Kick out, won by Dromcollogher Broadford, and again they're trying to work it from inside their own half. The ball crossing that far side. Michael Ryan lays this one further out, far side of the field, and here they come in the attack now. Sean O'Sullivan in possession just on halfway, crosses halfway towards the attacking 65-yard line, finds the support from Dennis Dunnigan, and St. Senans just fall back and allow them to have possession of it up to the 45, and then you'll see St. Senans press on Dromcollogher Broadford. Ross Egan opportunity back towards Micheál Brosnan, now towards Derry McCarthy, kicks this one in, but it's short and into the hands of the goalkeeper, and Cian Walsh comes away with this one. And now St. Senans looking to turn defence into attack fairly quickly as the clouds gather overhead here in Newcastle West. Hope they don't drop too much rain here as David Finnerty has possession of it. Back now towards Stephen O'Connell. O'Connell lays this one towards James Naughton, the captain, 45 yards out, skips past the first challenge, eventually halted his run. Back to Darren Lawler, near side of the field, hand pass further up the field now, finds the wily old Conor Milan tight towards this near sideline, 21 yards out. Milan kicks this one with the right, it's half blocked and it's gathered inside there, and Dromcollogher Broadford come away with this one now in the shape of Gareth Noonan. 1-5 to 5 points, 25 minutes played of the opening half here in Newcastle West, as here comes Micheál Brosnan. He's got a fair burst of speed as he breaks through the St. Senans defence. He's got support in this near side from Michael Ryan, who just couldn't control it first time, gathers it second time, back towards Brosnan again, now towards Gareth Noonan, on towards the edge of the semicircle, onto the 21, kicks this with the left boot, Gareth Noonan, but again he's kicked it to the left and wide, 5th wide of the game. The St. Senans mentors in front of us say good pressure on Gareth Noonan, but disappointing for Drom Broadford. They're 5th wide of the game.
Yeah, Micheál Brosnan made a great run to set up that attack, Liam, but he'd no one with him really outside of Michael Ryan on his right flank. Derry McCarthy was in full forward, but there was no options. They eventually worked it back to Noonan, and as I said earlier, Garrett wouldn't be noted for his shooting ability, more defensive type of player. Senans will be happy if he's shooting like that, and again, wide ball.
Kick out long down the centre of the field, and St. Senans have possession of it. Richard Hayes looking to come away with this, gets the pass away towards Morris Fitzgerald, and Fitzgerald pings one into this near corner, but just cut out there before Conor Milan could get to it, who's almost standing on the corner flag there, as he couldn't gather possession of it, as Michael Ryan comes away with this one. In fact, it's Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan plays this one forward, cut out back there though, and away now comes St. Senans yet again, and that's Ray Flaherty in possession of it, back as far as Morris Fitzgerald, hand pass across the centre, and here comes St. Senans in the shape of Stephen O'Connell, looks up, finds the option in acres of space across on that far stand side, and St. Senans building the attack now again. Forward it goes towards Adam Kearns, who has possession of it, 45 out from goal, looks up for the option. James Naughton makes the run. Naughton it is that has possession of it, now towards Richard Hayes. Down this near side was Darren Lawler, but they've gone down the far side instead, and Adam Kearns it is that has it, and the referee has said there was a foul. He was playing the advantage, none forthcoming. It's going to be a free, the free going now in favour of St. Senans, and the referee going to have a bit of note keeping to do here, and I think we might see the first card of the evening, John.
Yeah, I didn't see it myself now, Liam. It was kind of off the ball, seemed to be a tug of the jersey of some sort. It is a yellow card given though for number 7 there. D. O'Leary, who's operating centre back instead of Killian Fahy. Yeah, better defending though from Drom. They'll be happier with how they've handled that attack. They got enough numbers back. Senans, who've been kind of playing on the counter attack and successfully all game, but it's another chance for Richard Hayes now to extend their lead.
And the breeze, as we say, has picked up, which probably means that the rain could be on its way as well out around West Limerick, as here comes the opportunity for Richard Hayes with the breeze at his back as he kicks this one in. It looks to be good, and it's right between the uprights. That's his second point, so a goal and 2 points now for Richard Hayes. Both of his points have come from frees, and of course the goal has come from open play, and it puts St. Senans 4 points to the good. 6 to 5 points, and the stopwatch says 28 minutes and 13 seconds played of the opening half. A 4-point lead for St. Senans.
Yeah, it is, Liam. A fantastic free there from Richard Hayes. Difficult, tricky wind conditions now at this stage, but didn't put too much height in it, kicked it low and got rewarded for it.
Here come Dromcollogher Broadford then from their own defensive 45-yard line. Hand pass back across the centre, finds Dennis Dunnigan, looks up for the option. Lays this one towards Micheál Brosnan and further out towards Garrett Noonan. Space opens up in front of Noonan, just controls it at the second attempt, has support down the far stand side. Instead it's Derry McCarthy that has it. McCarthy flights this one towards the far side, running into it to win possession of it. Kevin Noonan very tight towards that far stand sideline, lays it back across the centre now towards Keith Lacey in an advanced position, now towards Micheál Brosnan. He's got pace. Brosnan kicks that one in. Uncharacteristic, it has to be said, from Micheál Brosnan to kick that to the left and wide. Good defence by St. Senans though, forcing Dromcollogher Broadford to kick their 6th wide of the game. 6 to 5 on the wide count. It's 6 wides to 2. That could be telling.
Could be telling by the end of this game, Liam. Alright, yeah. St. Senans have definitely been more economical with their shooting as they launch another attack now.
They sure do, and on the attack is Adam Kearns. Kearns onto the 21, just drops into the hand of the goalkeeper though. That's James Noonan, and Noonan brings this one away towards the 21-yard line. Down the far side of the field it goes, and Jack Ryan has possession of it. Under a bit of pressure, Jack Ryan lays it back across the centre. And still Ross Egan down that far side, lays it further back now, and this is with Garrett Noonan, who brings this one away. The hand pass though from Michael O'Sullivan wasn't the best, and possession has been coughed up, and St. Senans have won possession of it now, and David Finnerty it is that goes forward towards the attacking 65-yard line, lays this one back now towards Richard Hayes, the goal scorer, back towards James Naughton, who's 4 points kicked in this opening half so far, down the far side, and here they come on the attack again. Darragh Wolf kicks this one, it's into the hands of the goalkeeper though, and that's hugely frustrating from a management point of view, and the rest of the players up the field as well, when a ball drops into a goalie's hands, as Dromcollogher Broadford set up this attack. And there's nothing more frustrating, John, as a supporter and everybody, to see a ball drop into a keeper's hand.
No, there isn't, Liam, and St. Senans have done that with their last 2 attacks now. They have the breeze, that they've been working the ball very well. The 2 shots they took on weren't really on, and straight, as you said, straight into James Noonan's hands, and that's half time.
It is. The referee has decided we're not going to play any stoppage time at all. Just 44 seconds of stoppage time played in the opening half. It is half time here in Newcastle West, and Dromcollogher Broadford find themselves 4 points behind. 1 goal and 6 points to St. Senans, 5 points to Dromcollogher Broadford, and you'd have to say, John Keogh, St. Senans full value for their 4-point lead.
Absolutely, Liam, they are. Yeah, they've moved the ball quicker when they have attacked. They've got back brilliantly in defence to snuff out many Drom Broadford attacking moves. From Drom's point of view, they were in a similar position last week against Ballylanders, thinking the wind may have done it for them last week. It didn't work out. They need a bigger effort, a huge effort in the second half to keep their championship hopes alive. They're not moving the ball quick enough into their forwards. They're operating with a 1 man inside the 45 more often than not. They've 3 big men around the middle of the field, and Michael O'Sullivan, Gerard Gorman and Dennis Dunnigan. They could be better served with the bit of a breeze they have in the second half, putting 1 or 2 of them in around the goals to cause a bit of havoc. But at the moment it looks like St. Senans are well on top and heading towards victory.
Well, half time here, another 30 minutes to go in the Irish Wire Products County Senior Football Championship Round 4 meeting of Dromcollogher Broadford and St. Senans. And it's St. Senans, the men from further west, I suppose, who lead 1 goal and 6 to 5 points. The men from the Estuary are 4 points to the good. We'll be back with second half commentary very short.